Baby, you don't have to rush. You can leave a toothbrush at my place. At my place. We don't need to keep it hush. You can leave a toothbrush. That is Toothbrush by the DNCE. One of the Jonas Brothers is the lead singer for that band. It's a good song. It was just in my mind at the moment, so that's why I led with it. I adjust the camera every time, every episode. So this time I raised the camera like a little bit and kind of pointed it down. I have no idea how that's going to play out. It might look like so fucking stupid. It's not super tilted down, but it is tilted down. It's giving me a very like look how fucking crazy, look how psycho I look when I do that. It's very Ed Gein of me. Very Ted Bundy. Anyways, my birthday passed. My beautiful girlfriend took me to a very nice place. She took me to Miami. And we had a really good time. We had a really, really good time. So, one of the things we did was my girlfriend kind of hooked up this tour for me of Little Havana. Which, a lot of it was closed because Corona or whatever. Everybody's sick of it. By the way, Florida does not give a shit about the coronavirus. Well, no, I'm not even gonna say Florida. I don't want to undergeneralize. And also, I'm not saying anything too obvious here. Outside of the people who are just scared of life, outside of people who are scared of life, scared to live, and just afraid of their own shadow, because that's what you are at this point if you're still deathly worried about coronavirus. You're scared of your own shadow. Most people young people don't give a shit. Let me just say that right now. Not me. I box of chocolates. I always wear my mask. Official statement. I've never not worn my mask in a public place. I always wear my mask. I'm not a piece of shit like you. I wear my fucking mask, you piece of shit. All right. Young people don't give a damn about this corona, which they never did. And I appreciate that. I appreciate what is called the indomitable spirit of youth. Meaning just feeling young and just that feeling where you just feel so invincible. You feel so invincible. And I can identify with that shit. Because there's been many times in my life where I'm like, I'm fucking untouchable. And then life slaps you down, right? Life, when you feel untouchable, that's when life will really fucking come for your ass. I remember, oh man, I can't believe this is like me opening Pandora's box here right now for a lot of other stories. I remember when I was 23 and, bragging on myself a little bit. I was really feeling myself is what I'll say. I was really feeling myself. I was working out every fucking day. I started to get the fish scales and I had fish scales. I was a fish. I was half man, half fish. The 13th year on Disney. Maybe you've seen it. If you're in my age range, give or take a couple of years, you've seen it. The 13th years, I was turning into a fish. I had gills all over my midsection. My chest was looking like square, My friend was like, dude, how do you get the line in the middle of your chest? How do you get? I was like, man, you got to do plate raises, bro. I was going nuts. Anyways, I was really feeling myself and I was fucking going hard, man. I was going hard in the fucking paint. I was drinking more than I should. We're gonna say I was drinking a lot. We'll call it a little too much. And we were going to the club. I think we were going to the club Wednesday through Saturday night. Pretty much every night. Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. it was just a great time. Like, it was just a great time. I was in Spain, 23, working out a lot, feeling myself, feeling like a beast. You know, I was trying to party. I was trying to party, and I was trying to party every day, and I was trying to party from sundown until the sun came up. And I was. And there was no trying. I was pulling it off. And I remember my friend looked at me and he said, I felt great. Honestly, I felt great. My friend looked at me though, and he said, like, he was like, hey man, like, are you okay? And dude, I looked him dead in the eye and I was like, I'm fucking invincible. And he was like, hey, you know, he's like being my bro or whatever. He's like, all right, like, that's what's up. Like, he's like completely just like, his concern for me, even though he knew I was probably, I mean, he was there with me every night. So even though he knew like how much we were turning up every day and how little sleep we were getting, like, he was still like, all right, man, like, let's fucking go then. Like, because that's what fucking guys do. Because it's just like, that's why the life expectancy for men is just lower. Like, you're just more likely to die from some shit, just from ridiculous behavior. But I remember that night when he said that, and the next morning, life swatted me down. We're coming back. We're circling back to when life swatted me down. I remember, oh man, this is all like on the books, by the way. Like, I'm not, like, the CIA is not going to come after me now or whatever agency. This is a well-documented incident. Anyways, I had sleep deprivation issues, so I was out all night fucking partying. And to try not to be late for work, I was like driving back and from a city that's like almost an hour away from where I needed to be. So I'm like trying to speed back, and I am falling asleep while driving. Like, I'm talking like in the other lane, falling asleep while driving. And if you are like, oh, you're a piece of shit or whatever, like, go look in your own closet. All right, go look at those skeletons. Like, relax. I'm telling a fucking story. I'm telling a story. Saint Michael, whoever you want to identify as this week, whatever high horse you're on, just, if you could please step off of the horse for a second. And I was falling asleep while driving, like, in the other lane. Like, I definitely could have hurt somebody. And it almost happened. Caused a car accident. The guy fucking swerved off the road. Luckily, he dodged me. Oh, man, I remember the police came. They gave me a breathalyzer. They gave me, like a sort of, like, toxicity test. I don't know what it was, but they tested me for BAC and other shit, which I don't do anything. I mean, I drink, but BAC was under the limit. I don't do drugs, so, you know, it was fine there. But I remember, like, anyways, the point of that story is life will swat you the fuck down. But these kids who just, they don't, I mean, talk to them. People are like, you know, if you find somebody who's like 50 or whatever, like, they're like, oh my God, these kids, they just don't give a shit about the coronavirus. Like, you did, whatever was the thing when you were young, like, you felt invincible too. Like, to say that about somebody is to, oh, they're so selfish. Like, ooh, like, man, you better hope whatever dark shit you did in your life doesn't come out. Whatever little naughty secrets you got that you don't tell anybody. Like, really, really, really watch that. And again, I will preach this until I'm dead. Like, we have to stop being so harsh to one another. Like, that's like the key a lot of the times. Like, I was for my job, like, there's like an anti-suicide kind of mission for the job, and it's like, you know, like a lot of workplaces out there, and they're like, oh, how do we stop these people from killing themselves? Which, I mean, in my opinion, there really is no way to stop. There's no way to stop everybody from killing themselves. Some people are not long for this world. Some people, you know, unfortunately do not have the mental fortitude to last through the good. And also, you know, bad times. You know, some people just, they don't have that same will to live. I'm trying to be 1,000. If there was a vampire walking around, I would be like, bite this shit out of me. I'm trying to live when I only want to leave this earth when all the people are gone. But I know that's not possible. But you know, whenever all the people are gone, what is that? When the sun's gonna explode, when we finally fuck this planet up, when Yellowstone erupts when Yellowstone nuts all over everybody with lava, that is when I'll be like, all right, take me too. What was I saying? Oh, get off your high horse. Not long for this world. People don't have the will to live. Anyways, young people don't give a shit about the virus. Old strain, new strain. I mean, we're all pretty much faking it together, right? We're all faking it together. And I appreciate that. I like that. You know what I love to do? Like, I love like walking in a room and just being like, coronavirus is so bullshit, huh? And then there's always like, I'm not like extreme with it either way. I mean, I certainly have the things that I'm extreme about. Coronavirus is not one of them. I wear the mask. When I'm in Walmart, I wear the mask. All right, fucking relax. But I just like to, just toss the grenade in there, and then, because I'm an instigator, and just be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, and that moment right there is just, it's just bon appetit. I bon appetit the moment. Bone apple teeth. I bone apple teeth the moment. Because to catch somebody like off guard, like, it's just juicy to me. Like, seeing people just freak out over like things that. What I'm saying is, you have to practice in your mind a mentality that keeps you strong, like, and keeps you like, so no matter what life hits you with, you can like kind of rebound. Like, if you're the person where just like everything is so like, how could you, like, that doesn't seem like a very fun existence to me. I'm trying to have a fun existence, and I'm trying to, shore up the mind here, so when life throws me that curveball, inevitably, like, it's not like London Bridge is fucking burning down, right? You can kind of rebound from it a little bit. Anyways, I'm going to talk to you guys about the Cubano way. So I'm going to talk through it, and also visual aids for anybody who's out there. So, wow, I didn't really get a cigar at the humidor. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me like 10 seconds. All right, I'm going to have to edit that out later. God damn it. Should have just paused the audio. Well, no, because then I got to sync it with the video. It's fine. It's going to work out. I got it in post-production. You'll never even know it happened. Anyways. So we did a tour of Little Havana. Like, I got away from that. But we basically, the last thing we did, the finale, was like a cigar smoking experience led by a Cuban exile who was very funny. He was very cool. I mean, he taught us, little things here and there about the fucking island of Cuba, about the Cuban population in Little Havana, and yeah, it was fun. Anyways, so we get to the end, and he teaches us how to properly cut a cigar. And basically what he's saying is, a cigar cutter, as you know it, you want to get rid of that. That's what he was saying. He was like, first step, he was like, get rid of this cigar cutter. He's like, not really, because there's nothing wrong with it. He was like, necessarily wrong with it, but what he was saying is that the tip of a cigar that you smoke out of, imagine like a cigar roller, he takes like so much time. Like, it takes a lot of time to roll these things, and to get the final piece on the part that you cut off, he's saying that that's like a lot of like minute details are going into that, and you basically are just like, well, fuck this. And he was saying like that's kind of a fuck you to the roller as well. So what you want to do instead of cutting the cigar with the cigar cutter, you know, like a fucking guillotine, right? Off with your head. Is basically you want to take, and I don't have one in front of me, but you want to take a stick, like a wooden stick, for example. I guess steel would work too, but you want to take a wooden stick and drive it through where you would cut, like in the center. So you're driving the wooden stick, like imagine a shish kebab stick. You're driving it through the cigar. You want to drive it in there, you know, many inches, halfway. The way he explained it was that as long as you don't go through the other side, you're going to be fine. So whatever, you have your fresh cigar and you drive the wooden stick halfway through it, wooden spear stick halfway through it, kebab stick. And basically through that way, you're showing more respect to the cigar roller. And he's like, it's just unnecessary. And you completely erase the risk of cutting it not enough or too much. But if you want to cut the cigar with the cigar cutter, what you should do is you place the cigar on the table and then, well, place the cigar cutter on the table first and place the cigar in the cutter. And then you cut like from the table. And basically that way you cut off like only the smallest amount, which is all that's necessary anyways. Ooh, spilled my coffee. There's nothing in there. I didn't spill shit. It's gone. By the way, I stopped chewing on gum for this episode because it was just going to get in the way. I have to take too many pauses to chew and make sure I don't smack too much. And then from there, back to the cigar. And then from there, you we're saying make sure that you cut it right. Yes. So anyways, back to the spear method. Just do the spear method when you can, but also the table method with a cigar cutter is a better way to go about your business, your cigar smoking business. And so torch lighters are, you know, fine, recommended. I heard of this. I never practiced it before until this moment. Is that you want to take like a piece of cedar, like a little thin piece of cedar, and a lot of humidor boxes, like I guess come with them, or you could buy some, I guess. You light the piece of cedar and you want to toast the cigar. So you hold the cigar upside down and you light the piece of cedar like you would a match, or you would light the piece of cedar and like how a match is lit. This obviously the piece of cedar is kind of the same thing. And then you toast the bottom of the cigar so that the smoke travels through the cigar. And that way you're like, I don't even know what that did, honestly. But I guess it moves the flavor around and like it preps the cigar and you're toasting the cigar. I guess that's the point of it. Toasting a marshmallow. Boom. Imagine that. Imagine you're toasting a marshmallow. And then once that is done, then you can you could still light it with this piece of cedar, but I guess it just takes a long ass fucking time. So, you know, a quicker way is to just have a torch lighter, and just fucking. But you don't want the flame to touch the cigar because then you're going to like burn it and make it ashy. What you want to do is the visible flame should not be touching the cigar. Like that thing is powerful enough that from a distance, you are still going to be able to successfully light the cigar and like pretty quickly too. And anyways, so I mean, that was cool. It was really interesting to see. Now I can act like a fucking know-it-all when I go places and be like, well, you know, have you heard about the Cubano way? Have you heard about the Cubano way? Which honestly, it was cool. And I'm a chameleon. I am a racial, ethnic, geographical chameleon. Like when in Rome, like put me in Saudi, I'm gonna be wearing the thing, right? I'm gonna be wearing the hat thing, you know, with the fucking robe and all that. Like I'm doing that. Put me in Mexico, I'm gonna become a paleta, man. Put me in Canada, I'll do whatever Canadians do. Like when we're in Memphis, I'm visiting Graceland. Like I'm doing the things that the people there tell me to do. Like I just adapt like that. That's why my current job is perfect for me. I move, adapt. Start fresh, start fun. So it was pretty cool. I did get a little fucked up off the cigars. So what we did was we started smoking the cigars, and what I learned was the lighter the cigar, the less intense, the darker the cigar, the more intense. This seems to be pretty true across the board from what I'm learning now. Maybe there's exceptions to the rule. Maybe there isn't. I don't know enough yet. So what we started doing was we were smoking the cigar and, to press on. Eventually we got to the point where it was like, well, now we're going to introduce rum into the situation. So you dip the cigar in rum, then you dip the cigar in rum and then you smoke that, and that kind of changes the flavors around. And then honestly, at this point of the story, I'm already getting fucked up. Like, I'm feeling lightheaded. Basically, I smoked the cigar like through my nostril, like I was doing fucking cocaine. And that, it got me fucked up, honestly. Like, mixing the rum, like drinking with a cigar, like all this depressants and stimulants. And that morning I had a big ass venti size fucking coffee. So I'm already like, kind of still jacked up on that. And I start to get really fucked up. I have really bad motion sickness pretty badly. And it felt like I had gotten off a roller coaster. Like, that's how I had felt doing these activities. Six Flags Great America roller coaster. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would take me to Six Flags, and oh my god, yeah, my voice just cracked and the audio just went like the audio spike like registered that as like the thinnest little line. That's pretty embarrassing. I'll go to Six Flags and I would throw up like every time, like pretty much every year, or like get some type of motion sickness. I'll tell my mom I don't want to ride roller coasters. She gets pissed. We repeated this pattern for years. How she didn't learn anything. She probably still, I don't. Now she's okay with it. Now that I'm 29. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. All right. Your kid's throwing up. Maybe you shouldn't keep taking them on the roller coasters. So eventually I get fucked up because we're dipping the cigar in the rum. We're smoking it. We're also drinking the rum because, this and that. And then he introduces more coffee into the situation. So, another fucking heavy stimulant. And this is like, the espresso shit. Like the way the rest of the world kind of drinks coffee. As opposed to here in America, we kind of do it like, large quantity type shit. Everybody wants a venti at Starbucks. Anyways, I got fucked up. Long story short, I fucking threw up, fucking vomited. Like during the cigar smoking experience, like I was fucking sweating bullets. Like I had to go to the bathroom. Honestly, I took a pretty ugly shit. Just cause I don't know. Just like the coffee, obviously, like all those, like caffeine obviously makes like you shit. So it was the ugly shit. I wasn't like drunk or anything or like under the influence, but just like, I think it was more just like my head just from smoking. I get back to the spot. I throw up in a trash can. Like, it was really, what started really well ended really badly. But once I threw up, like that's basically the cure. You need to throw up. You need to get that bile out of you. The demon blood needs to be released from your body. The Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl. They keep surprising me. Now, Patrick Mahomes is the truth. He really is the truth. And I'm not saying anything that's new. It seems to me to be obvious to anybody who pays half attention to the NFL or sports. The Chiefs are really good. They're the defending champs. My prediction, Chiefs 28, Bucks 21 final score. And, maybe the Bucks get that final touchdown like in the last minute of the game when it's kind of like too late for them to do anything about it. They'll have to go for some onside kick. They won't get it. I'll be on the couch sad because I'll be rooting for the Bucks. But I mean, the Buccaneers have proved me wrong like 3 times in a row now. I mean, with the Redskins, sure, you could kind of assume that they were going to beat them. Not necessarily, though, because of how the Bucks played during the season. But anyways, beat the Skins, the Washington football team now, as they are known. Most boring fucking name in sports, by the way. The Washington football team. I thought for the longest time there was nothing more boring than the Cleveland Browns. I am wrong. I have been proved wrong. And I don't know why the Browns are called the Browns, but we're going to take 5 seconds and look this up. Why are the Browns called the Browns? They were named after their first head coach, Paul Brown. I feel kind of stupid because I think he's like a legendary coach. All right. Well, still, either way, it's still boring. That doesn't make it any less. It makes it a little less boring. But also, that heritage is like, I'm saying the heritage is lost because I don't think that most fans know that. Like, it just seems like they chose the color brown and then some ugly ass uniforms to go with it. But now, landslide victory, the Washington football team is the most boring like thing in all of sports. Like a logo list, like the W doesn't count. You are not a collegiate team. You are an NFL team. You can't just be. No, that doesn't even make sense because Washington, like, they're in college, like they're the Huskies, like Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Like, no more excuses for the Washington football team. It's terrible. It's boring. They need to change that shit. They need to change it quick. Like, they need to pick anything. I don't even know. Like, what are they considering? First of all, Washington football team suggested logos or suggested names. 5 potential new names for the Washington football team: Americans, Warriors. Are they trying to be like the antithesis of the Redskins? Because to me, like, that's like some Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter shit. Like, you just want to, you went from being like native to the Americans. No, that can't do. The Red Tails, Red Clouds, no. Hogs, Battle Hogs, War, Swamp Hogs. This can't be real. This is Sports Illustrated saying this. Red Tails, that's like a... Yeah, that's for the Tuskegee Airmen. That would be kind of good. That's what I thought it was. I knew that one. I was just scared to say it. Hogs, Battle Hogs, War Hogs, Swamp Hogs. Don't be the Hogs. You want to be the Hogs? That's ugly as shit. Senators, presidents, federals, founders. Maybe they're going to start something. I don't know. It's all bad. It's all bad. Whatever I just read right there, it was fucking bad. Why don't they just pick like an animal or something? Like, that's fine. Just pick an animal. There's no need to be the Hogs. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But back to the Bucks. They proved me wrong twice with the Saints and the Packers. The Saints, they really proved me wrong. I was just like, there's no way. Like, you've already lost to them twice in the regular season. The second loss was way worse than the first because it was like 38-3 or something. It was like the worst stomping ever. I'm like, the Saints are rolling. Alvin Kamara just ran for 6 touchdowns. Like, how are you going to beat this team? and they're in your division. They were first place. You're second. Like, I'm not gonna say it seemed like the impossible task. Like, that's a little dramatic, but it seemed unlikely that they were gonna win. I don't believe that they were the favorites going into that game by anyone's standard necessarily. The Packers, I could see the Packers. That one was less surprising. And I don't know why it was less. I guess it was less surprising because there was no. The Saints already had an established history with them during the season, so you were expecting them to beat the Bucs yet again. With the Packers, there's like less established history there, so less expectation. And the Bucs pulled that shit out. Brady threw 3 interceptions. When you throw 3 interceptions, one of them was a tipped ball, but I saw it. Tom Brady should have thrown the ball more accurately. That's why it was a tipped fucking ball. Like, I know wide receivers have like this philosophy, like you're supposed to catch every fucking ball, but that's not necessarily true. If the quarterback is doing some extra shit, like if you're running this way and he throws it behind you and you got to reach, but like you're not gonna get that a lot of the time. So I guess it's all Brady's fault, but the Packers deserve to lose. When you don't convert on 2 like consecutive turnovers, you deserve to lose the football game at that point because you're not capitalizing on what is kind of regarded as an easy situation to capitalize off of. So that's their fault. I'm very excited that the Super Bowl is next week. I can't wait to watch. Yeah, we'll have Super Bowl's next week. And then the week after that, my girl's birthday. Nice. This is all lining up nicely. And then after that, I'm locking it down. I'm chilling on spending money because the holiday season is past and Christmas. We go to Miami, like this and that. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot for a regular person. So we're gonna hit the brakes just a little bit and relax for some time. But we've been having a really good time. I think we're gonna cut this one short-ish. Well, we could talk about the GameStop thing. We could talk about how, I guess a bunch of memers made this shit go through the roof. For GameStop to be at $50, I don't know the numbers, but I imagine they were a failing company because that stock, I don't know. I don't know if I think it's like steadily going down. Anyways, GameStop, it wasn't looking good. So I guess a lot of hedge funds shorted a stock. And if you don't know what that is, neither do I. But basically it means they bet against GameStop to fail and they profit off of that. So what these memers did was they all bought into GameStop so that it makes the stock go up. And then from there, the people who are shorting, when you're shorting the stock, you're betting against it. So if the opposite happens, now you have to pay money because basically you've placed a losing bet at that point. So I guess hedge funds lost a lot of money. Some are saying billions. That's very significant. And lo and behold, Robinhood, the app Robinhood, stopped trading because of market volatility. And my thing is it's all volatile. Like, the market itself is a volatile thing based off public perception. Like, I don't know necessarily how a stock gets priced or how it goes up or down or who kind of makes that decision. I don't get how that gets calculated, but it's obvious that things can change based off emotion or perception. Like, the point of what I'm saying is the whole thing is subject to extreme change at any moment due to, public perception or things that aren't necessarily tangible. The things that aren't tangible become tangible through the price of the stock. And I was just bullshitting. I just been bullshitting. Hey man, walking around work and be like, GameStop to the moon. To the moon. And people were like, it's too late. I'm like, maybe it is. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not exactly like in the stocks game, and like neither are you all that much, most likely. I mean, if you have a couple thousand in stocks, like that's still pretty like negligible. Like really what we're talking about is like people who are coming up. Like, I mean, it's good that people are coming up together. Anytime regular people can come up quickly on some money, like that's a good thing. I support that. Robinhood is like, I think a lot of people are quitting Robinhood right now and going to, whatever other stock trading platform, because Robinhood, I think they were saying like they have some connection to a hedge fund that was like losing a lot of money. So basically what they did was they froze. I don't think you can't buy GameStop, but you can sell it. And that might even have changed from today. Like they might have opened it back up. But anyways, what do I know about stocks? But I need to, because you can make money. And I only know like the very, very little basics. So I think that's going to be it for this week. And I'll be back next week with another episode. This is Box of Chocolates. My name is Michael Diaz. I'm out. Peace.